For some people, video games are just a fun way to unwind at the end of the day. But for competitive people like me, video games are supposed to challenge you. They're supposed to test your true character. And that's why there's nothing worse than when I've been playing a difficult game, I've overcome everything it had to throw at me, all the ups and downs, I've made it to the end, and I'm waiting on that climactic boss battle, so I can feel satisfied when I defeat it, only to find out that it's a total letdown. I'm the prestigious one from What Culture Gaming, and this is the 10 most ridiculously easy final bosses. In at number 10 from Mirror's Edge, it's the Jackknife. Now, in a game that's all about making difficult jumps, it's kinda weird that the final challenge of the game, namely the final boss, the Jackknife, is really just an easy jump. Now, to be fair, it is a pretty cool finishing sequence when you kick him out the helicopter, jump back to the platform and save Kate, but in terms of actual difficulty, this is a ridiculous anticlimax. In at number 9 from Gears of War 2, it's Lambent Brumac. Gears of War 2 has its challenging moments, and in the previous game they had a challenging final boss, so what went on with this one? Well, you've got a massive, scary, alien-looking being, and it looks like it could just squash you with ease. So why is it so easy to defeat? Well, all you have to do is lock on and basically hold a single button down. Do it a few times and that's the end of that. It's relaxed, it's chilled, and it feels more like a beginning of the game tutorial on easy mode than a final boss. In at number 8 from Final Fantasy VII, it's Sephiroth. Now this is a tricky one, because to be fair you do have to defeat Sephiroth in various different challenging forms leading up to this moment, but technically this form of Sephiroth is the final boss in Final Fantasy VII. So now that we've got the controversy out of the way, let's discuss this final form of Sephiroth. Basically, all you have to do is use your Omni Slash attack to chop him into 1,000 pieces, but even if you don't and do nothing, he'll attack you and then you'll counterattack to kill him. So in terms of consequence, this might as well be a cutscene. Surely we should be taking our sigh of relief after the final form of Sephiroth has been defeated, rather than just before it. But hey, Final Fantasy VII is a work of art and we're really splitting hairs here, so moving on. In at number 7, it's Metal Gear from Metal Gear. Now, if there's one series that knows how to do boss battles, it's the Metal Gear series. Well, apart from the last installment, and also the first installment, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, perhaps due to graphical limitations, Metal Gear just sits stationary, being kind enough to allow you to dump explosives all over it, blowing it up, and it will fire some pathetic lasers around, but it's easy to predict and avoid, and it is very anticlimactic when you've been using your stealth and cunning all throughout the game to get to this point. In at number 6 from Super Mario Bros, it's Bowser, or sometimes known as King Koopa. Yes, this was extremely intimidating when you were a kid, I get it. The level sounds and looks scary, it builds to this epic battle, there's lava, and it can be a bit overwhelming. But the truth is, this can all be over with, well, one well-timed jump. Yes, Mario can feel vulnerable at times, but so is your greatest enemy. You can either kill him with the fireballs, or you can just have one well-timed jump straight over his head to get the axe and destroy the bridge, and that's you on your path to victory. In at number 5, it's Lucian Fairfax from Fable 2. Now, Fable 2 is an extremely absorbing game. You really become one with the characters, which is one of the reasons why the final boss is such a letdown. Now, to provide some context, Lucian Fairfax has literally killed one of your family members, and now it's time to get revenge. But unfortunately, it's not the climactic battle you were looking for. All you have to do is hit him a grand total of once. And should you lack the fortitude to press the button and send him to his death, don't worry, if you delay too long, your teammate is kind enough to do it for you. So you literally have to do nothing to end Fable 2. In at number 4 from Halo 3, it's 343 Guilty Spark. Now, people have two bones to pick with this boss, because one, people feel that it was a poor choice in terms of difficulty, but also perhaps the wrong character, or machine if you will, to be the final boss. And all you have to do is pick up the Spartan laser and keep strafing and shooting. That's really the extent of it, and it's done. It's disappointing in terms of difficulty, but it also left gamers wondering, wouldn't have Gravemind been a better overplaced final boss in this game. In at number 3, from Fallout 3, it's Colonel Autumn. Now, Fallout 3 is a hugely popular game, and it's another one that's a massively immersive experience, so you really feel attached to the game by the time that you get to the end of it, and your choices have consequences. That's why it's so disappointing when you get to Colonel Autumn that all you have to do to kill him is go into VATS mode, target his head, and you'll find that he perishes much like any other regular enemy in the game. And for a game that puts so much weight into the decisions that you make, this really isn't the boss battle that we were waiting for if you do decide to kill Colonel Autumn. In at number 2, we're now venturing into the ridiculous as far as bosses go. This is Earthworm Jim, and we're talking about Bob. Now, Earthworm Jim is known as a notoriously difficult game. It may have fun cartoon visuals, but this game is nails to complete. So when you've got through the arduous journey to get to the end of the game, you're expecting something special, and what you get is something special, but for a different reason. You get Bob, who is a fish, and much like Magikarp from the Pokemon series, it's not very effective in harming you. In fact, all you have to do is cause him to fall off the table, at which point he will perish before your very eyes. And finally, there can be only one choice. For the most anticlimactic final boss battle in any game, this one is flat out ridiculous. From the Hulk, it's the leader. Now, I don't know what qualities this person possesses to be deemed the leader, but in the Hulk's universe, they've clearly set a very low bar, because not only will the leader do absolutely nothing to actively harm you, but you can also walk right into and right past the leader. You can walk through him with no damage whatsoever. All you have to do is hit him at your own pace. You can even go and have a cup of tea and come back, but all you have to do is hit him once and it will kill this final useless boss that is, in our opinion, the most anticlimactic, useless, easy to defeat final boss in any video game ever. Is there anything that we've missed? Is there anything that you disagree with? Make sure to leave your comments below and like the video and share it as well while you're at it. I've been the prestigious one, Joe Hendry, and if you want to keep up to date with all the goings on at What Culture Gaming, make sure you follow us on Twitter here. Not only that, make sure you head on over to whatculture.com for all the best lists, features, articles. We've got something for everyone. We hope you've enjoyed this list, and I shall see you next time.